the lefties, the loony lefties of this country will one day see what they've done. We are being genocided.
Genocide? That's quite a big claim.
Well, I tell you, it is. I travelled the world, come back here, we are being genocided. And people, this community have been eroded.
Boris Johnson's resigned. How do you both feel?
Brilliant.
Gutted.
He's done a lot of good. He's done a lot of bad. I remember when he first got elected, I was in university, and we were hearing things about cuts. We were hearing things about what he might do with university fees. But he was always a character. And I think a lot of people, young, old, on the left, on the right, found him as a guy, in some ways, brought something new. He was able to say things he felt, unlike other politicians that are always trying to control themselves. He was like, no, I don't like this, I do like this. I have some controversial jokes, and I have some controversial opinions. And I liked that about him in the beginning. However, I also thought, and maybe some people did that with Trump in America, is that he's going to bring radical change. He didn't.
He's done little for Uxbridge. I mean, since he resigned as Prime Minister, I don't think he's been near the place. And I think he's all about himself. You know, he hasn't...
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's all about Boris. He doesn't accept his responsibilities. How can you explain to a child that if they do something wrong, they've got to pay for it? Yet this man carries on the way with his self-entitlement. It's beyond belief.
What are your thoughts on, Partygate, him breaking lockdown rules? How do you feel about that?
But I don't think he committed a mortal sin. He just had a drink. And if it was a little bit of alcohol, he didn't show, did it? A cup of tea would maybe be better.
It all seems a bit pointless now, really, talking about COVID, in my opinion. We just need to crack on with the future and getting the country together, I think, rather than...
So you feel like people have just moved on?
Yeah, I just feel like nobody really cares that much anymore about that. We'd rather focus on the cost of living and getting the country back to where it needs to be, buying houses, that sort of thing.
Well, no different. All the parties, everybody.
Yeah,
And nobody's squeaky clean anymore in this world.
That's exactly right. Yeah, they've witch hunted him. Yeah, what about what they've all done?
I voted Remain. But, okay, country voted. We're in that situation. Let's get through with it. People respected him in Europe more than they respected a few others that we had sent. Like Theresa May, for example. Europe didn't respect us. They thought we were a joke. Boris at least used some means to make a deal that other politicians weren't ready to.
But did he make a deal?
Not really.
What impact do you think Boris leaving will have on the Conservatives?
I think it's undermined politics all round with his behaviour. It's distasteful. He should go.
Terrible.
They're going to get slaughtered
in
the next election because they haven't done what people wanted. People voted for them to get Brexit, migration down, and all that, and it's all gone straight out the window.
Yeah.
Do you think that you'll vote Conservative again now that Boris is gone?
Well, won't be voting Labour, that's for sure.
I won't. Yeah, definitely. I won't.
What about the Conservatives?
I still vote Conservative.
Probably still vote Conservative because I think we've got more chance with Conservative than we have with Labour. But it is a hard one.
What do you mean by you got more chance?
Well, with everything, immigration, I think the problem in this country now is definitely immigration. I don't care what anybody says.
Interestingly, though, immigration and, people crossing over via small boats is at its highest record level.
I know.
And do you think the Conservatives are doing a good job with that?
Well, I think the other ones would just have an open door policy.
Nobody knows what to do. The problem is they pretend that they do. Just say, we don't know. We need to think about what to do with the NHS, with foreign policy, with housing. I saw recently a poster saying the Conservatives have built 20,000 new houses in London since 2017, I believe it was. 20,000? There are more than 1.5 million houses in just West London. 20,000 does not make a difference.
If you could give me one of your favourite examples of Boris Johnson in the past, what would it be?
Definitely Whiff Waff. I use Whiff Waff a lot.